raised to minus 3 divide by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, that is the 9.4 into 10 raised to 15 electrons generated in the negative plates. So these are the large amount of electrons generated toward the negative plate of the capacitor. Now the factor which just affects the overall capacitance of the device is the type of dielectric material being used. Here you can see the two parallel plates. The left hand side again the positive plates, that is Q plus, indicated with the Q plus. Right hand side, that is the negative plate which holds the electrical charge in the form of negative, that is Q minus. And between these two plates you can see the symbol like a epsilon, that is E. It's nothing but the dielectric material between these two conducting plates, and it is also known as the permittivity of the capacitor. So in other words, we can see that the dielectric material, you can see that the dielectric material used or the permittivity epsilon of the capacitor. So it is again one of the most important parameter of the capacitor to aware from the parameter or to know the permittivity of the capacitor. The conducting plates are generally made of the metal foil or the metal film, but the dielectric material is an insulator. So the capacitor contains the two materials. The conductor is the conducting is the two plates are the from the conductor, and between these two conducting plates the material is used is the dielectrics, and dielectric is nothing but the insulator. So as we all know that without applying any external electrical energy, the current cannot flow from the plate 1 to plate 2. So the permittivity is a very well property to solve the problems of the capacitor, and it is generally defined like epsilon R epsilon 0. Permittivity is nothing but it's a property, it's a thing, it's a thing that the amount of how many amount of the electrical currents passing through the capacitor, or it is the property to block the current or to pass the current through the capacitor. Epsilon is the absolute permittivity, epsilon 0 it's the permittivity for the air, and epsilon R, that is a relative permittivity, as we already discussed about that previous slides. Now the dielectric of a capacitor, this is nothing but the related to the permittivity. The various insulating material used as the dielectric in a capacitor, they are the differ in the such a manner to ability to block the current or to pass the electrical charge toward that capacitor. So like a mica, paper, wood, air, different dielectric material has the different ability to pass the electric charge through it or to block the electrical charge through it. So according to that we can just find out the different forms or different different ways of the capacitor. This dielectric material can be made from a number of insulating materials or the combination of such materials. You can also combining the any conducting or any insulating dielectric materials like a paper, polystyrene, etc. With the most common type of being like air, paper, polyester, polypropylene, ceramic, gas, oil, etc. So we can see that either you can use the single of the insulating as an insulating material or dielectric material, or you can combining the any of the insulating materials to make the dielectric for the capacitor, which again different amounts of block the electrical charge or to pass the electrical charge. Now according to the dielectric of the capacitor, the dielectric constant, that is K, it is the biggest factor that the dielectric material or the insulator has the capability to increase the capacitance or to decrease the capacitance. Again, it's a dielectric constant. So to find out the dielectric constant, we can see that dielectric material either increase the capacitance, value of capacitance, or some amount of reduce the value of the capacitance. So dielectric material, we can see that the dielectric material with a higher dielectric constant, that is the K, is a better insulator. So which one is the better insulator? It's a better dielectric material for to making the capacitor. So dielectric constant is dielectric constant, that is K, it's a dimensionless quantity. As we already discussed, that the actual permittivity or the complex permittivity, that is the epsilon, which has the ability to pass or block the electrical charge towards the circuit. It's the material between the plates is then the product of. So if you have to find, if you aware from the permittivity for the air and the relative permittivity, then you can easily find out the complex permittivity, that is the epsilon equals to epsilon 0 into epsilon r, where epsilon 0 is the permittivity for the free space, you can it's air, and epsilon r is the relative permittivity. So permittivity is also useful whenever you are know about any one of the permittivity, or you can just get the reference from the air and just comparing that material with the some another material, then the relative permittivity is generally preferred. See here, is the permittivity of the free space, that is epsilon 0, is equals to just 1. So different insulating material has the different kinds of or different values of the permittivity. Here we just shown some of the material, the permittivity of some of the insulating materials, like a vacuum. Pure vacuum has the permittivity exactly 1. Air, it is almost approximately 1, so just generally directly taken as a 1. The paper, which has the permittivity in the range of 2.5 to 3. The glass, it is also the insulating material which has the permittivity of 3 to 10. The mica, one of the important insulating material to make the capacitor, that has the permittivity of 5 to 7. And the wood, that has the permittivity of 3 to 8. So you can see that the different insulating or dielectric material has the different permittivity. So according to that, we can see that, or we can say that all the materials have the different ability to pass the electrical charge and to block the electrical charge towards it, according to or due to that the different permittivity. So the capacitance is generally is our equation, previous equation, that is C equals to epsilon A by D. So if we remove the proportional sign, we can find out the C equals to epsilon into A by D. Here epsilon is our absolute or complex permittivity. So, and we already find out that epsilon is the product of epsilon 0 and epsilon r. So now substitute that value into equation like B. We can see that C equals to epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D. So this is the final equation for capacitor C. Epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D, where A is the area of the two conducting plates, D is the distance, epsilon 0 is the free space permittivity, and epsilon r, which is the relative permittivity through which insulating material you compare with your capacitance. Now the dielectric of a capacitor. The method used to increase the overall capacitance of a capacitor is to interleave more plates together with a single capacitor body. Dear friends, again from that expression we can see that if you want to increase the capacitance, there is a two chance. Either you can increase the area of the plates, or you can decrease the distance from that equation. So this is the two possibilities where you can increase the value of capacitance. So we can see that if we want to increase the area of the capacitor, then we have to make the number of plates, parallel plates together. If you are increasing the number of parallel plates together, then you can achieve the number of capacitance, and that slide actually shows that things. Here you can see that the 10 plates, parallel plates are used. So instead of using only 2 single parallel plates capacitor, here you can get the 9 times higher capacitance value through the single plates. As we can see that the plate 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and same like a 9 to 10. So all the plates get the different capacitance, and overall capacitance value of the capacitance goes high. So this is one of the method to increase the capacitance, and it's an important method. So again, it is see that instead of just using the one set of parallel plates, a capacitor can have the many individual parallel plates connected together, thereby increasing the area A of the plate. Again, one important point to discuss about the capacitor, that is the capacitive reactance. Now the capacitive reactance has the value 1 upon 2 pi Fc. So according to that equation, we can see that Xc is inversely proportional to the Fc, because 2 pi is a constant. So by using that expression, we can see that if the value of Fc is lower, the value of Xc is higher, and if the value of Fc is increased, then the value of reactance is decreased. So now we can just find out the capacitor, which current or which supply the capacitor can easily pass. Just discuss about the AC and DC. AC has the frequency that is 50 Hz, where the DC has the frequency just 0 Hz. So FC, comparatively DC, FC has the higher frequency, and with the comparison of AC, DC has the lower frequency. Now to using that expression, we can see that FC, the value of FC is higher, it means the Xc is very low, and Xc is nothing but the property to oppose. So the reactance for opposing is very low. It means AC can easily pass, where DC blocked in capacitor. And through that equation, again it is same, the Xc is very high. It means for the DC current, the value of the reactance is very high, so DC cannot easily passing through the device, and capacitor has the capability to block the DC and to pass the AC according to the equation of its reactance, that is Xc equals to 1 upon 2 pi Fc. So whenever there is a need to pass AC easily through the circuit, you have to put the capacitor in the series form. Now the electrical circuit symbols. Some of the circuits prefer such kind of symbols. So here you can see that if you want to make the ground circuit, then the first bottom figure and the first section. The second one defines the battery. The symbol is plus, one of the lead is the bigger than the second lead. The bigger lead is generally known as a positive terminal, and the smaller lead is generally known as the negative terminal, and the capacitor that is indicated with the 2 parallel plates. So just go through such kind of symbols, and by using individual and the combination of these symbols, we can make any electrical circuits to solve certain problems. Now the capacitors are in series form. what happens whenever we are connecting the capacitors in a series, or whenever you are connecting all the capacitors in a series form. And what is the series? If you are applying the single part to all the capacitor, then this kind of configuration is known as a series configuration. Here we can see that the positive terminal of the battery is connected with the first capacitor positive terminal. The negative of the first capacitor is connected with the positive of second capacitor, and the negative of second capacitor plates is connected with the positive. So ultimately what happens? The terminals configuration is such like that: positive negative of each and every capacitor. So this is known as a series form of the capacitor. And here the dotted line indicated the charge inside the all three capacitors. In the series circuit we can see that the applying voltage is different at all the level of the C1, C2 and C3, but the overall charge which is the generated in the circuit, it is the same. That is indicated here. It's a Q equals to Q is the total charge generated to the circuit, equals to Q1 equals to Q2 equals to Q3. So if you just find out the total charge, that is Q, then it is almost same in the Q1, Q2 and Q3. So charge will never change in a series form of a capacitor. All the capacitor contains the same charge in a series circuit. What happens about the voltage in a series form? The charge is the same, but the voltage is never it's never same in all the capacitor. It is the summation of the overall potential difference or the voltage applied through the battery. Like a battery generates the voltage V to the C1, C2 and C3 capacitor. So the overall voltage is become the V1 for the C1 capacitor, V2 generated toward the C2 capacitor, and V3 voltage generated toward the C3 capacitor. And all the V1, V2 and V3 are the different voltages toward the different capacitors. So ultimately the overall voltage V, that becomes the summation of V1, V2 and V3. And if we talk about the general form, then it becomes V equals to V1, V2, V3 up to Vn. So this is the summation of voltage. Remember one thing, in a series form of capacitor, the charge